All right, one of my technicians' truck broke down, so he called in a favor. I went to go get it after hours, so here I am, just setting up my trailer, pulling out my ramps. These cars going by on the highway are quite intimidating. But I'm just, getting my stuff in order, putting the truck into neutral, gonna push it up a little bit, and then see how I'm gonna attach it to my winch. It's so sketchy doing this on the highway. I don't like doing it on the highway. But luckily the truck was small enough. I had a brand new winch, 9,000 pound capacity. Yeah, this was sketchy. I was like having Final Destination thoughts as I was doing this. But I was like, all right, I got no tow hook. How am I going to drag this onto my trailer? I'm like, wrap it around the control arm. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I was looking. So I figured, let me just shovel it under there and see if I can find a different mounting point while I pray on the side of the highway that I don't get taken out. So I lay down on the side. I'm like, oh, look at these little holes. But of course, none of these. I got a little ahead of myself, but yeah. So I was trying those little holes. I was like, nope. God forbid it loses tension. Thing will fall off. Oh, found a good one. Eureka. That was the one.
That should work.
So now we're ready to pull it on. I'll fix my headlamp. Grab my booster pack because this battery is questionable and not properly attached. So I'm using my booster pack clamps to power the winch essentially. My old winch would sometimes get stuck on, so I would never attach the power cables anymore. At one time it just kept pulling a car. It got sketchy. Anyway, this new one works great. So I pull the car on. From here it's actually pretty straightforward. Just pull it on. The winch starts to roll up on one side, so that's when you gotta, lock the brakes up on the car and then release the tension on the winch, unroll it a bit, correct the positioning of the cable, and then resume pulling it on the vehicle. And then I also had to, make sure it was centered, make sure an 18-wheeler doesn't run me down while I do this. Surprisingly, an 18-wheeler actually parked in the emergency lane about 100 or 200 feet behind me. So, I kind of looked at him like he was a blocker. But yeah, so I'm just pulling it on. It's on there. Got her secured. I ratcheted the back, but I guess I didn't record that. Here's the front. I was like, you know what? I'll leave it on the winch in the front. But I'm like, what if this winch just lets go? So I said, let me put a cable just in case. With towing, always put the ratchets. Anytime I ever tried to cut corners on the ratchets, something happened. So just do it once, do it right. Don't cut corners, and you'll have a good time. But yeah, so now I'm getting on, hitting the highway. It was a little sketchy getting on there, but I made it and delivered the car to where it had to go. So thanks for watching. Like, follow, subscribe. Yeah. Oh boy, that highway, sketchy getting on there. I think this truck